big small business and the need to keep a roof over the head and food on the table. I can't think of anything more efficient than competition, and I think for small privatization, small business is the best way to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Ernie?
I think the biggest change that we need to be focusing in on in this district, and as a member of the Delaware State Senate, I'm looking forward to working with members of both parties to make sure that this happens, is doing more to leverage the rich resources that the state has to empower all the members of this district, from whatever business backgrounds, from whatever employment avenues that they're in, leveraging those resources so that they can be successful. Where I work at the university, when you have 120 academic majors, when you have 6 undergraduate colleges, there's almost too much. So you need to take the sweet spots within each of those programs and try to find ways to make them interdisciplinary. Here in our coastal region, we have something that's very unique because we have 4 dynamic economies within this, and those are the sweet spots that we have: agriculture, real estate, the growing medical industry, and coastal tourism. We need to make more changes to support the interfacing and rich resources of those 4 areas to make this district more successful, and I'm looking forward to being part of it.
Andy, what do you see as the most important thing that needs to change in the 6th district, and how would you approach it?
We need to implement smart growth policies to protect the quality of life that we have today. Because quite frankly, over the last 10 years, with the significant growth that we've seen, I feel like the roads continue to get more crowded, the schools continue to get more crowded, and I think that's affecting our families every single day in this community. It's affecting the tourism community, it's affecting the roads, and quite frankly, I think it's time we start holding everybody accountable. As we continue to build and develop within the 6th district, we must look at what the cost impact of that is. Because quite frankly, we're kind of kicking the can down the road right now. Every year, we see more impact and more growth, and we're not really thinking forward about what it is that we're going to do. Is it to look at potentially an east-west highway? Is it potentially looking at a funding model for looking at new schools? Because right now, if you don't know, we need to build 4 new schools and kids are going to school in trailers because we're not thinking about what the long-term impact of that is. So as I start to look forward, it really is protecting and preserving the quality of life we have here because, folks, I want to continue to see that as we go forward.
Thank you. All right, the second question, and Ernie Lopez, you will be the first respondent on this one. With an economy that is still struggling, what do you believe needs to happen at the state level to boost the economy and put people to work?
Thank you for the question, and thankfully I can kind of amplify a little bit as I was running out of time there, as Monty caught me there, but I think it's extremely important that, again, we are leveraging the rich resources that we have in this coastal economy. We are really the dynamic engine of the state right now. 50 years ago, it used to be Wilmington. Right now, it's here. And this is where folks are moving. This is where young families like we were able to come down and start our family and send our children to school. This is where people are coming day in and day out. And I think it's extremely important that we're doing all that we can, that the state is doing all that we can, to maximize the potential for our business owners, to do everything that we can to make sure that they're being as helpful as possible. But even more importantly, what is the role of a state senator? And I think the role of the state senator is to be as responsive as possible to the needs and concerns of the residents of this district. And that's where I feel as though I can be extremely helpful as being a member of the state senate, but that we can all be doing a better job in state government to be responsive and respectful of the needs and concerns of the people of this district.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And Andy, got an economy still struggling. What do you believe needs to happen at the state level to boost the economy and put people to work?
Boosting the economy, we must focus and look at what are the job opportunities that exist here. Labor statistics, as I mentioned earlier, suggest that we have 3,000 jobs in the next 5 to 7 years in medical services. So what can you do at the state level to do that? You can start incentivizing medical professionals at the senior level to come from out of state because we don't have a medical school. In order to do that, we should look at how we might create a special ban within the tax code. Second, we might look at some debt relief for new doctors coming out of school. We might refocus training and education programs at Del Tech, or even look at a technical school solution within our local education system. Because folks, my mom and dad moved here just a few years after I did. And today they are going out of the district and out of the state in some cases to get proper medical services. And I hear that every single day in my business, and the people that I work with, and I know that's an important way to prompt economic development in this area. But quite frankly, that grows in several other areas. So 300 job opportunities in the next 5 years in financial services, 250 jobs in professional management, and several other opportunities to promote and increase the tourism opportunity that we have here. So I think there's some clear ideas on how do we get there.
Okay, thank you, Andy. And Wendy, what do you think needs to happen at the state level to boost the economy?
Well, for the first thing, I'll make a couple of examples. One of the other candidates gave me a really nice Delaware-shaped pin. It had the state of Delaware, and at the bottom it had the outline of the gold Sussex County. I was sort of dismayed. I thought it was ironic. I flipped it over and I saw it was made in China. Our Delaware license plates are not made in Delaware. And when I ran in '09, one of the callers on the radio station asked me, because I was advocating for small business in production and manufacturing jobs, means to living here in Delaware, in Sussex County, and they said, well, do you mean if we can get a tire cheaper in Kentucky, we should be paying higher for the tire made in Sussex County or Delaware? And I said, well, that's taxpayers' dollars. And those dollars that are generated in Delaware need to stay in Delaware, and it's on a peninsula. It's very limited, the three main routes of transportation on and off. So I think that Delaware needs to focus on Delaware, and the money needs to stay here.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. Now, third question, Andy State will begin with this round. The Chamber of Commerce is the founder of the Destination Station Center initiative. That's an attraction exploratory science center that would work in concert with DelDOT Transportation and provide additional visitor services. Do you see the project as a benefit for the area or not, and why? Destination Station.
I absolutely think the destination station is a terrific idea, and I applaud the leadership of the Chamber and all of the help and the benefits of everybody who participated in that process. Initially, I think the benefits of that are to increase the opportunity for additional tourism-type activities throughout the summer, but also in the off-season. Is it to add brewery tours that are going to go out of the destination center? Is it to add opportunity for kayaking, sailing, and some of the others come out of the destination center? Are there other opportunities for us to increase the opportunity for tourism to increase out of the center? But I'll be honest, before I sat down with the Chamber leadership to discuss, I had two concerns. The first, viability and sustainability. But after reviewing the business plan, it made sense. It looked clear that it could continue forward and make a go at it. Second, transportation services. That was a huge increase, a huge opportunity as I sat down with Carol and some of the staff to talk about how a public-private partnership for transportation might benefit and supplement. So those are the two things that I had concern about, and quite frankly, that we can overcome those.
Okay, thank you. And we'll move now to Wendy Jones on the Destination Station project. Good idea? Bad idea? What do you think?
I think that it's a great idea. It's basically highlighting all the best that is in this area, all the different things, all the places in Rehoboth and this general area, to advocate and to promote all that this area has to offer. Andy mentioned about transportation. I can tell you from a practical standpoint, I have the experience in driving, and I see this from the road. I'm a professional driver, and I've done that for many years. And as a small business owner, I also have, an aspect. I can't think of anything more important, not only in highlighting what the summer has to offer right here, but maintaining that those off-season levels and keeping people employed through the year. I think it's a major concern, and I think such a station is really a wonderful idea and a step in the right direction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. And Ernie, how do you feel about Destination Station?
As an educator, I can tell you that I was thrilled. And I was very pleased as someone who deals with budgets and works within budget constraints, and in these times when there are limited demands on very limited needs, I was pleased to see that the plan that was put together was so well done. But let me just say something as a parent with young children. I know there are many of you out there, parents and grandparents.